Oh, okay.
You can see it's Christmas time at the farm. Got the decorations up, but I'm a little later in getting this recorded and sent out. But it was a cold day. It was about 45 degrees or so. And this is a project that I've been wanting to kind of get a feel for, and that's riding a bike when it's cold. I don't have any super special gear for cold weather. I've got a pretty warm jacket with a liner. It's a vented jacket, it's a Harley Davidson jacket, and it's really nice. That's what I've been using all this time. The gloves are relatively thick, but they're predominantly thick for protective reasons versus cold weather reasons. So I think that my hands, honestly, they would get a little cold on the ride. And then the other thing that's so my core body is well protected. I don't really have an issue there. I don't think I need anything more elaborate than what I have. But the pants, on the other hand, legs, you really feel that without a fairing up front. Not that I've ridden with a fairing, but I've heard that because it diverts a lot of the airflow, that it's more comfortable. But as you got up into the 40 and 50 mile an hour range, you could really feel the cold. While this was a 15-20 minute ride, it wasn't 2 hours out on a highway, and I can imagine a couple hours out on the highway I would have been really freezing. But for the short ride, it was really kind of comfortable, and I didn't really feel the cold nearly as much as one would think. The other thing I just wanted to mention is that when I'm doing this or riding in the winter or riding in general, I'm really still looking for the perfect conditions. I don't want to tempt fate by potentially having adverse conditions that will challenge my limited skills. So as I'm getting better, I'm pushing that envelope a little bit. But for right now, you can see it's perfect. Sky's blue, the ground's dry. I think one of the things that I'm most concerned or fearful of is, in the cold weather in particular, is if it's in the 30s, am I going to run into things like black ice or just a little moisture on the road that's frozen, and that's going to put me at risk of dropping the bike. So for right now, I'm setting conditions that I will follow, my limits, my thresholds that I will follow, and try not to bend so much. So essentially now I'm saying, I'm not going to ride if it's less than 40, and I'm not going to ride if it's been wet. Certainly if it's raining, I'm not going to ride, but if it's been wet recently, and the roadways may have some buildup of moisture and grit and stuff on the ground, I'm going to hold off. So that's just kind of my philosophy. I'm sure there are new riders out there that aren't as concerned about it as I might be, but this is something that I'm already a little nervous riding the bike, to be quite honest with you. This is new for me, so getting up to high speeds is nerve-wracking enough, let alone adding in outside conditions that complicate it. So as I get better, I'm sure no holds barred, but for right now, I'm not going to risk anything. I'm not going to risk anything even when I get good. You know, I there, I have nothing to prove. The bike is not a primary means of transportation, so when I'm riding it, I am doing that for fun and enjoyment. I'm not trying to get somewhere quick. I'm not trying to beat somebody to the, to the store or whatever. I'm just, taking my time and enjoying it. And even on this short ride, I mean, you just look around, and I'm just on one of my back roads here, coming, around to the house on the from the back way. And gosh, I mean, this was late in the day. I think I got off work. It was probably about 4:30 or 5, and it was just beautiful. The sun's a little low, and I've noticed that's kind of a challenge for me. Getting the sun right in your face. Right now it's behind me, but when I turn a couple of times, it'll be right in my face. As you can see, the length of the shadow. If I were to be going the other direction, it would be directly in my eyes. So what I found myself doing, I don't know if other people do this, I just kind of tilt my helmet down and use the top of the helmet as a visor to kind of break the sunlight when it's really glaring into me. And I've got shades as well, but even that, when the sun's really blaring at you, it's hard to see. So I'm not sure of what anyone else does when that happens, or when you encounter that. But again, I just kind of tilt the helmet down, so I look down a little bit more than I normally would, and it kind of catches the upper edge of the helmet. I guess if you had a little lip on the top of the helmet, like some of the motorbike kind of helmets, adventure helmets are like, it would help. But anyway, that's kind of the scoop there. And I'm just going out and enjoying a ride. Even though it's cold, it felt great to get out.